G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel, Fat Rod here. So what I've got for you today is, I guess, a medium-sized battle. This is myself with about 500 troops versus about 500 Russian troops. Although it does have me not outnumbered, but the power bars say that I'm about 40% to their 60%. So strength-wise, I'm weaker than they are. I've done this battle 5 times now. I lost the first 3 and I've won the last 2 after I started to get a handle on the tactics. So I thought I would I'd narrate this for you and show you what I've done. So the first thing is that this is a good battlefield for me. I've got the high ground and sloping downwards towards the enemy. So this means I can position my troops with a good line of sight. Actually, the best part of the battlefield is a bit ahead of me. So once we actually engage, or once we start the battle, I need to move my troops forward. 2 things I've done here. One is I've got 2 groups of infantry split really wide. Or sorry, I should say 2 groups of infantry, and I've created 2 lines, 2 long thin lines, which I'm going to deploy in this hockey stick fashion that I've shown previously. And then with my infantry, I've created a circular line. This is essentially going to be my command post, and I'm going to use these guys to protect myself. Reason for this, the single most important thing I've found is actually keeping yourself alive. Because if you die, your troops break formation, and that's when they die. So having some sort of protective barrier around yourself, making sure you stay alive, I think is actually the most important thing. So I'll get the battle underway now, and I'm going to set up my formations exactly where I want them. And I've been running this kind of, two groups of infantry, most of the time, and it's working pretty well. The other thing I've done is I've got my companions following me. They're my retinue, basically, help keep me alive. Some of them are pretty heavily armoured. My wife has one of the Arbus guns. That can be deadly for everyone concerned. So I've actually set all of them, including my infantry guard. I've set them to hold fire because I don't want my grenadiers or anyone else chucking things at random. In fact, I'm going to save them for, I guess, the crucial point in the battle where I know I need them to get a lot of kills, but also hopefully avoid killing my own men. So you look at the power bars, you can see I'm still outnumbered. There goes the Arbus gunner with a bit of friendly fire. Thanks, mate. So yeah, here they come now, the main body of their infantry. So I want to get my hockey stick right here. I want the right-hand side, column, whatever we want to call them, the right-hand units. I want them relatively straight, and I want the left-hand side to be the blade of the hockey stick. So you can see what I'm doing here with the formations. We'll move our command post over a bit too. So I've got a little bit of time before they get here. Okay, that's better. That's the angle I want. But that left-hand line's probably not wide enough. You can see it's 3, even 4 men deep in the middle, but because it's so far away, I'm actually struggling to set the line that thin. If I still had my horse, that might be a bit easier. But I usually get rid of the horse so that it's easier to reload with your rifle, obviously. A few more dragoons, not too worried about them. So I've got 2 lines here, about 230 men each, and then their main body is about, I think it was about 360, and then plus about 60 infantry. So I've actually got them outnumbered already after I killed all the cavalry, but they've still got me outgunned. So the crucial thing here is, not dying to their grenades and whatever else they've got, if they've got some hand cannons. We've got a bit of friendly fire there because they're not really on us yet. Might be wise to actually hold fire on the main lines until you clear the cavalry as well. One thing I forgot to do with this engagement was usually I'll break off a small group of about 30 muskets and put them behind my infantry circle here, just to help get rid of the horsemen before they get too close. But they're approaching now, and we can see they've actually split their melee infantry from their muskets. They've got the melee on the left and the main body on the right. So the thing I'll do here, I'll watch the numbers really closely. I'll keep checking my two lines to see how they're doing. And if one of them is dropping, then I'm going to have to, take action. The one thing that did not work in my favour with this battle is the Russians actually had a nice little crater on the right-hand side, which protected them from my hockey blade, from my group on the left. And what happens here, my right flank actually starts to melt pretty quickly. You can see the numbers going down. They're uppers, gunners, riflemen, they're just, making mincemeat out of them, really. So what I decided to do, I left them there. I was confident my guys would take out the infantry pretty quickly, so I started to move my lines up. I also, at this point, grabbed my infantry and started to move them forward, and allowed them to take fire. So they'll start throwing their grenades. So I can see my line there starting to move up, my infantry line on the left. So don't fire yet, I'm still moving them up. I want to get them pretty much right in front here. I did take a risk moving up my left flank while they were under fire. Now I'll let the infantry go nuts. Just charge in, throw your grenades as you wish. So you can see my right flank there's melted away, it's pretty much dead. And at this point I might actually be losing the battle, but the Grenadiers might turn the tide here. I'll just keep an eye on the kill feed. We want to see, oh dear, some of those new shotgun guys, shock troopers. There we go. Nordic Grenadier, make us proud, mate. You can see that guy on the left there chucking them in. Yeah, there we go. That's how you use them, right? That was what, 16, 20 kills from two guys, and it's actually allowed my left flank to get up into a position where we can just unload volleys and clean them up here. Trying to kill my own guys. I think his head just exploded. Okay, so we look like we're good here now. I think we've pretty much won this battle. Oh dear. That's okay. We're close enough now. They're not gonna. There's not much of a formation left to break, so they're just gonna move in and finish him off now. So that's worked out well. This kind of hockey stick thing I've been sticking to and promoting, but also keeping the Grenadiers back and waiting until that kind of crucial moment in the battle to deploy them. That works well. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Short and sweet. You see that was a big win. Lots of renown, lots of influence, plenty of kills. Yeah, I think this is my recommendation for current balance, the current troops. This is how you want to deploy. So there you go. Quick example of how I'm playing the game right now, at least. These relying on these long, thin lines of infantry, but then you've got your heavier units there to kind of deploy at the crucial moment. This is how I'm doing it. If you think you can just, 0, F1, F3, it's not going to work. You've got to take manual control, and you've got to be careful when you deploy your heavy units. But if you do, you can win. So, yep. Hopefully that's given you a few ideas, something to try out yourself. Give me some feedback in the comments. Keen to see what other experiences people are having. That's it. See you next time.